Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our second episode of the Tom Gronkowski Show. My name is Ruth the Truth. Thank you so much again for joining us. We have a treat for you going on tonight. We have a special guest that is going to be joining us. Super Bowl championship Martin Gramatica will be joining us. The kicker for the Bucks, as well as the New England Patriots, will be joining us. First, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our co-host of the show, Coach Jay. Welcome in. How are we doing tonight? One second. Hello, Martin. How are you doing?
Call me Coach if you want.
How are you doing, Coach? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being.
Thanks for having me. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. It's so good to have you on the show. You have been such an inspiration and a great guest for our second episode of the show. We will be having Coach Jay joining us in just a moment, but I just want to know, how has your quarantine been? 2020 has been such a crazy year for all of us, and I just want to know, how are you doing? How are you holding up?
Well, luckily in Tampa, we've started youth sports, and I coach youth soccer. I coach my oldest son and my daughter, and then kicks in middle school. So sports are going on, which it's great because that's kind of a sense of normalcy coming back. But it's something else, social distancing, wearing our mask, and trying to be as careful as we can. But right now, it's to be a little more normal. When it first started, we just didn't go anywhere. You sat at home, and we were lucky to live in Florida. It's great. But besides that, it was it started to get rough to be home for 2-3 months at a time, going anywhere.
Right. Now, you said that you are living in Florida. Can you tell us your location in Florida?
I live right next door to Tom Brady.
You live right next door to Tom Brady, so you are in the
No,
Tampa.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm in Tampa. I'm in Tampa. You sneak my camera over the fence in that case, right? No, no, I'm in Tampa. Once I retired here, yes.
Right. Now, as you being in the Tampa Bay area, we got to start off with the career with the Tampa Bay Bucks. You brought a championship, scoring 12 points for them in that Super Bowl run. Please let us know a little bit about your experience with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, coming to Tampa was basically for me coming home. I 2 hours south of here, near Fort Myers, LaBelle, a small town. Went to Kansas State, but then when I was drafted to Tampa, my brother was kicking for USF, which is here in Tampa. Her brother. So coming to Tampa was coming. And obviously the Super Bowl year, I guess the big take from it, besides obviously winning the Super Bowl, was that journey, that whole year. We had a really great group of guys. And one of those, you hear that, but that's what it felt. Every guy in that locker room was so hungry, and we had the best defense by far in the league that year. And so we were ready. We thought we deserved it a couple of years before. We just weren't lucky in the playoffs, and now that was amazing.
So, being from Argentina and being such an impactful player in the NFL, what kind of experience did that bring to the Argentina culture, and what did that do for your family, being such a huge influence to an NFL team in America?
No, for me, it was an honor to be able to represent my country, a sport that nobody thought have an Argentinian play in it, to be able to win this. I hear it all the time, from fans in Argentina. I said I never really watched football, and I got into it because of you. And now, they're either Bucks fans or watching. When I started in the NFL, there was no league. Then it started with a flag football adult league, and now they have a full blown, full pads, helmets league. It's not professional still, but it's much more popular. And I still do a ton of interviews here, especially now when the Bucks signed Tom Brady. I felt like I had so many phone calls. Everybody wanted to know, about Tom Brady coming to so interviews for America. So it was really nice to be able to represent my country in basically the only Argentinian to play in a Super Bowl. So that was pretty neat to have a whole country kind of cheering for the.
No, absolutely. And you made such an impact for not only your country, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But let's talk a little bit about your skit with the Dallas Cowboys, because I found out recently that you played with my favorite team in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys. I want to know your experiences and what players would you say was the most phenomenal? What may have you learned the most about being with that industry?
Well, the one thing, the Dallas Cowboys, it's an exceptional organization. I can give you a little backstory. I don't know if you have time for it, but I can. I mean, I didn't even want to go to the workout because it was the year where they had Vanderjagt. They had signed Vanderjagt from the Colts. He was the highest paid kicker in the league, and it was the week of my birthday. And I just had a son, 4 months prior to that. So I was like, I don't want to leave on my birthday knowing that they're not going to cut Vanderjagt. He's the highest paid kicker. Why would I even want to go for the workout? So when I'm talking to the girl on the phone, arranging the travel, my whole concern was when is my return flight? And she kept saying, you only have a one-way ticket. I said, but it's a workout. You have the best kicker in the league. When am I coming? We kind of argued a little bit. She's like, look, just come to the tryout and then we'll arrange your way back. And it just happened to be that they were moving. Thank short in New England, Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells were friends, so he recommended me. And I tried out on Tuesday, and I thought they were just going to sign me to kick off and keep Vanderjagt. Like, no, you're going to be our guy. And signing on Tuesday to playing Sunday Night Football against the Giants in New York, and we end up kicking a game, which was I know I played for the Bucs the longest, but that kick was for me the most meaningful in my career because it was my first game-winning kick as a dad. I just make that kick and be able to, even though my son was months old, he didn't know what was going on, but I just wanted to be able to enjoy it and share it with him. So, but as far as the Dallas Cowboys, amazing organization. As soon as I landed there, I didn't have to worry about anything but playing football. They had an apartment, they had a car. It's like you have time to, other teams, when you sign mid-season, you got to go find an apartment, you got to go find a car. You have a lot of things to do besides learning, the new offense. If you're an offensive player, and everybody here, everything. It was really, really very professional organization. I loved it there. If it wasn't, I always blame Coach Parcells for retiring because I signed a 2-year deal, so I could have been a Cowboy a lot longer. But then they brought Wade Phillips. I guess he didn't like me too much, so I'm not a big. So I would have loved a little bit longer. We love Dallas. Oh, I don't know if you're muted or I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
So sorry about that, Martin. I had my mic on mute. But like I was saying, the Dallas Cowboys is such an amazing organization. I've been a fan of theirs for a really long time, and I'm sad to say that you weren't able to extend your career with the Dallas Cowboys. But everything happens for a reason. Now, before entering the NFL, you played in college and in Kansas State. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience playing in college and how that helped you prepare for the NFL?
Yeah, I love Kansas State. Bill Snyder was like a father figure. He guided you, and not only in the football side, but also on made you a better person. So I learned so much from Bill Snyder. I always say the biggest blessing was tearing ACL, which most people would think like you're out of your mind, but I tore my ACL 3 days before our first game my junior year. And prior to that, I had 7 of 10, 8 of 10, and 1 year, 8 of 10 the next. And then after that, I get back in the rehab and the strengthening that my last 2 years were by far my best years. Obviously, my junior year, winning the Lou Grossa, and then my senior year being able to kick a 65-yarder that kind of put me above the other kickers because we were pretty with two other guys coming out, a kid from Tennessee and then a kid from UCLA, and Chris Brown from Nebraska. So that 6 started on top as far as the draw. A phenomenal experience there. I loved it. Kansas State, just the people there, the organization, the school. I thought I made a great decision going there.
Yes, I mean, playing in college is such a great setup for you going into the NFL. I got to ask you a little bit about what you got going on behind you. You have an awesome backdrop. I see football helmets left and right, and I got to know, like, what do we got going on? I think I might see a Tampa Bay Bucks helmet up there.
Oh, yeah. You see,
what are the teams that you're representing?
Let me tilt this so that you can see the Cowboys one. There you go.
It's the first one. It's the first one, everybody. I hope everyone takes note of that.
I kind of thought, the Bucks was centered, in the middle, but that's okay. If you want to say that's number one, we can. But no, basically that shows you that I stole a lot of helmets. I kept my helmet every. My wife made my office / I guess memorabilia, but these are all like either game balls, college, pro, and all the helmets from every team, and then she framed all my jerseys. Kind of neat. I just kept. And all of a sudden, my wife decided to decorate my office with it. But it turns out pretty good now that in this day and age that you have to do a lot of Zoom calls and a lot of the,
No, absolutely. And we're going to go ahead and introduce our other co-host for this show. Thank you so much for joining me, Coach Jay. Welcome to the show. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm sorry. We are on our second episode, so we're still working out the quirks a little bit. But Coach Jay, welcome to the show, and please hit our guest with whatever questions you would like, because like I said, we are so honored to have him on our show. Super Bowl champion for the Tampa Bay Bucks, and this is a Tampa Bay Bucks show. As you know, it's called the Tom Gronkowski Show. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hit him with whatever you got.
Coach Jay,
first up, how are you doing? It's nice to meet you. I can't do this right now. I can't believe it.
I know, like we're all like fangirls.
I can't believe I'm like starstruck right now. I'm like,
but please tell me you're a Bucks fan. I mean, we had a Cowboys fan on one side.
I like everybody. I like football.
Good answer. Good answer.
I like football. I love X's and O's, all that. I love the process, all that. Mr. Automatica. Oh man, I gotta ask this. So, how was it being around Gruden?
Gruden was awesome, man. He was my coach at the Senior Bowl coming out of college.
Okay,
and it was a great experience. I really enjoyed him coaching me for that week. Made me a special teams captain, which never happened before. So I really liked it. I was like, man, you can make me a captain. So, and then when he was amazing to have, he gave me so much confidence. Yeah, immediately when he got to the Bucks, in the media and practice, look, we got a guy that can make kicks everywhere. He was just, how his attitude, his energy, how he pumps people up. He did that for me. And the one thing that I tell people is like his Saturday night speeches are a waste because he's so motivating and so energetic, and then you got to play. So I say that he needs to do his speech Sunday morning because it's hard to go to bed. He gets you so fired up that you're ready to go through a wall, and now I'm like, I gotta go to sleep. So I think it's counterproductive. He fires you up so much. No, he's a great motivator. So, and the thing with Coach Gruden, what you see on TV on Monday night, 10 years, that's him. He's not fake cameras. He's not acting for the cameras. He loves much, and he has that much energy all the time. So, I can't not like him.
I heard that. Oh yeah. Oh man, I just that energy when he boom. Oh that may give me chills. A coach like that, he can make you run through a brick wall.
Absolutely. Oh
yes. Man. Yes. I only have one other thing to ask you is, so when you're in the Super Bowl, I gotta ask this because I don't see many kickers. You're in the Super Bowl and you're getting ready to go kick. What are you thinking about? Like, what do you think about? You think about the kick, or are you thinking like off the wall something, like a song? What are you thinking about?
Yeah, let me tell you, my Super Bowl was by far the worst warm up I ever had in my career. I couldn't make it, and I'm thinking like, you've got to be. This cannot be the day that I forgot how to kick. I'm like, and I started stressing because even the special teams coach came up to me. He's like, "Are we gonna have to go for two? You can't even kick extra." And I'm like, "Probably not. I don't know. We may have to." So I was so focused after that because my warm up was so bad that I'm literally. There's no way. There's no way today is gonna be that. So I got to focus and luckily I had kicks warm-ups and was able to make the ones in the game. I wasn't thinking about anything but make this first kick. Once I made it, then I felt like it feels like a normal game. You know, you think it's Super Bowl and for me we were fortunate enough to be winning by so much in the fourth quarter that I enjoy it a little bit. You never really think the game's over, but I knew more than likely the game wasn't up to a kick, so I was able to enjoy at least 7-8 minutes of the game, and amazing experience.
Oh, I bet.
That's amazing. Martin, I got to know, what was your initial reaction knowing that Tom Brady was going to be leaving New England and joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What was your initial reaction? And then another follow-up question, how did you feel about Rob Gronkowski coming out of retirement to join his buddy in Tampa Bay? The anticipation is killing us right now, so we're gonna give him a moment for his technical problems to go. We're gonna go ahead and go to a commercial break. Thank you again so much for joining us on the Sports Fan Base RI Rhode Island. Thank you again. We will go to commercial. All right, we are back on the Tom Gronkoski Show, episode 2. We have an amazing guest joining us, Martin Gramatica. Please welcome back to the
Sorry
show.
about that. I think my Wi-Fi went out or something, but I lost you guys. But I got nervous.
Welcome back.
You started talking Tom Brady. I got nervous. I hung up. No,
that might have happened to a few people.
Yeah. No, let me tell you, I didn't spend a lot of time in New England. I only played one preseason game, and I hurt my adductor, so I was released after that. But I spent most of the offseason there, and I am the biggest Tom Brady fan out there after playing there and experiencing a few months there. He's the humble, very welcoming. I mean, the first time I met him, we were in the weight room. He came up to me with Matt Castle, introduced me to Castle, said, look, he just won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago with Tampa. He's going to help us win here. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me with my health, but just what we hear about his work ethic, the way he treats everybody, the way he works. I left New England. Normally when I get released from a team, you really hate that team and you want them to lose every game. With
Right.
New England, it was the opposite. I couldn't do it because Tom Brady was such a good guy, such a hard worker that I always cheered for New England. I mean, obviously I'm a Bucs fan and I want the Bucs to win, but if the Bucs aren't in it, I'm always going for New England. I felt the home there, and it was a lot of it because of Tom Brady. So I'm a huge Tom Brady fan.
So let me know a little bit of your predictions of how the season is going to go for the Tampa Bay Bucs. I mean, I don't know if you know, but their offensive line is loaded on both sides of the ball. So I got to know, what is your season predictions for the Tampa Bay Bucs?
No, I see the Bucs having a great season. Obviously, anytime you add Tom Brady and you add Gronk, you know that those two guys already elevate the ton of weapons we already had here. We had, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, then with O.J. Howard as well, Cameron Brate, and now Fournette just signed from the Jags.
You did the breaking news for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. Somebody had to say it. I was trying to contain it for the longest time. So breaking news: Martin Gramatica has just dropped the ball that Fournette joining the Tampa Bay Bucs.
I do a sports show Monday through Friday, so I have to stay up on some of the news. So I had to have that. But I've been getting texts. I just left soccer practice, and we talked about this yesterday. I said, look, I would love to have him. I'm not sure if it fits Bruce Arians' type of player, so I don't know if he would come, but it would definitely help. And then all of a sudden, I get a million texts that he's coming. So I think Tom Brady's never had this amount of weapons. He's had great players in New England, and there's no question that he's played with some really good players. But offensively, I mean, he could probably close his eyes, throw it up, and a Buccaneer's going to come down with it. I mean, that's the type of talent that we have on offense. And then on defense, the Bucs signed every guy they wanted back. Shaq Barrett led the league in sacks, broke Warren Sapp's record. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do, to break Warren Sapp, a Hall of Famer's record. So you have that. JPP signed, and then to top it off, Ndamukong Suh said he would take less money to stay in Tampa because he wants to win a Super Bowl. So we have those three guys, and the defense improved tremendously from a rough start early on to like midway through the year. Ended up being pretty good. And the problem last year, a lot of it was the Bucs. We were putting ourselves in bad situations, so it made the defense look worse than it was because. When you start at your own 10, your own 15, the chances are they're going to at least get 3 points. So I see the Bucs having a phenomenal year. Obviously, you have to stay healthy and you have to protect Tom Brady. And the Bucs addressed that with Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs. And so I know. I mean, I know I'm a homer and I love the Bucs, but I do see the Bucs definitely making the playoffs and going deep in the playoffs.
Yes, and it will be the Super Bowl is planned to be played in the Tampa Bay Raymond James Stadium. And how phenomenal would that be for the Tampa Bay Bucs to be going to the Super Bowl and be the first team in NFL history to play the Super Bowl in their home field? That is what we are all hoping for. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in the president of Sfbn Rhode Island, Rob Roberts. Please come in and join us on what's going on. How are you, buddy? I like the glasses on you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, I was.
You look very sophisticated.
Is that Ron, the guy that stalked me on Facebook?
Yeah, that's me.
I had to bust it out as well.
Hey, listen, I apologize for my late response, but I never did social media till about, I would say 6-7 months ago because of my radio show. I try to promote it with it now. So I'm horrible at it. So I may not even look at it, and all of a sudden I have like 10 messages and people think like, oh, you're ignoring me. But I'm glad you were persistent.
Yeah, well, that's my job, Martin.
Well, hey, you do a great job at it.
I'm talent acquisition on top of everything else. So I obviously found Ruth and we found Coach Jay. So we got a great couple of hosts for this amazing show that we're starting to get going here on Sfbn Rhode Island. And, having you as a guest on our second show is just phenomenal for us. So I want to say thank you for coming on. The other thing is I have to challenge you as being the biggest Tom Brady fan because that could possibly be me.
Oh.
You know, I just, you know, I had a question for you, and it's been kind of on my mind. We've talked about it on the network and multiple podcasts, and we wrote an article about it and everything. You know, it's great. You know, now Leonard Fournette signs with the Bucs. It seems like everyone wants to come here to play with Tom Brady in you know, what could be his final couple seasons. So it's get the chance to play with the greatest quarterback of all time. And you could see that the difference that Brady and, you know, Brady brings Gronk, what that's going to make here, because while all the other teams have multiple players opting out this season because they have the option to opt out of the season due to COVID, the Tampa Bay Bucs have not had one player opt out for the 2020 season. They're the only team that has, and now the New England Patriots had Hightower. Their captains are opting out. Hightower, Chung, which is unfortunate. Right. I'm obviously a huge Patriots fan, and I've always been a closet Bucs fan, so that's how come I tracked you down. But
all good.
Gramatica, you know, I mean, I've been following you for a long time, and I'm a kind of a classic Cowboys fan too, Ruth. So you're okay there. My dad's a Cowboys fan, but I'm a Patriots fan at heart, and you know, so it hurts me to see the players kind of like almost foregoing the season. But my question is, if you were in that locker room, would you be thinking the same way where all these other players are opting out? Would you be like, I'm not opting out if I have the chance to play at least one season with the greatest quarterback of all time?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not only do you not opt out and you do everything humanly possible to play with the best quarterback, to me, the best quarterback to ever play. When you go to 9 Super Bowls and you win 6, I mean, there's no question and there's no argument there that what Tom Brady has accomplished has been by far the best career ever by a quarterback and by an NFL player, period. And not only that, there's guys that are taking a lot less money to come to Tampa. I know Ndamukong Suh took less money and said, I'm not even going to shop. He's a free agent. He's not even going to look around. I'm coming to Tampa. We have a chance now. So, the other thing, too, that, you know, when you have Tom Brady work as hard as he did in the offseason with the guys, they were going to high school here, working with the guys, and not fear the virus or not fear getting it. And so you have this guy coming in and working so hard. How can I say, I don't want to do it? And I know some people have different situations. You know, a lot of the guys that are opting out, they either have young babies or they have health issues or pre-existing health issues. So then you can understand those guys. And everybody has the right to opt out if they do. But it's clear that when you have Tom Brady on your roster, everybody wants to play and do whatever it takes to show up and play. So, we're so fortunate here in Tampa that nobody opted out.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say thank you again. I'm going to get out of the way, let Ruth and Coach Jay run their show. But I appreciate your time. Sorry I stalked you. But
no.
Hey,
I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Like, no, but
it was so worth it.
Guess what? It worked. You said
yeah. Hey, you got him. You got him.
You know, this is what it takes to run this kind of business. I got to do it. What do you
Maybe I'll stalk you guys and get you on my show.
Yes.
Oh,
more than happy to join your.
Listen, my co-host is out sick, so I need some assistance. So, I mean, if you guys are open for it tomorrow morning, all right.
Let us know.
All right, I have your numbers. Tomorrow morning, you can call in. We can talk Cowboy. We had a Cowboy expert today. Carlos. Now he does we had one today, but we can have another one. So let me know.
You can talk Patriots with me all day long. So whatever you want to do. But I'm going to let Ruth go ahead and get me out of here. Nice job, you guys. I'm proud of you. And thank you, Martin.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The president of Sfbn.
Thank you, Ron.
Rhode Island. We appreciate you coming on. Ron, we will be talking to you soon. Take care. Martin,
I want to talk X's and O's with you.
I hope you're serious about that, because if you need a Cowboys expert, I am your gal. And coming from a female point of view, everybody wants to know what the ladies got to say.
Okay,
listen.
I want to ask. Go ahead.
If you sleep in, and you know, at 9:50, I need a caller, so that's it.
Now check this out,
number, Martin. I got you.
Check this out. She can do the Cowboy expert. I just want to talk X's and O's and players.
Hey, that's it. Listen, I have 2-hour show, and my co-host is out. I have another guy, jumping in at my buddy Howard, but we take calls all day, so it's on.
Yeah.
I'll be talking to you guys back.
Go ahead and send that number. We got you. But I got to ask you a quick question with the Dallas Cowboys. How do you feel about the whole Dak Prescott situation and the whole signing with the organization, him playing under the franchise tag? Do you feel like it's Dak to the future for the Cowboys?
Well, they're talking, at first I was like, why would he not take that? I think it was a $105 million deal. You're like, are you out of your mind? That's a lot of money. But then you see what Patrick Mahomes did. And I'm not comparing Dak Prescott to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, I think he's in a league of his own. I mean, he's that good. Where at first I'm thinking Dak Prescott's being selfish, just take the money. I mean, it's a pandemic. We have 40 million out of work, and they're throwing all this money at you. But now it looks like Dak may be in the driver's seat because he's being franchised, and next year's franchise goes up even more. I think it's like 40 something. So what I've been hearing is that in his camp, they're gonna hope to get franchised for 2 years and then sign that long-term deal. So I think the Cowboys should have made him a better offer just to lock him up, because right now it's probably going to end up costing him a lot more money.
Exactly. Go ahead, Coach Jay. What questions do you have for Martin Gramatica? I just like saying your name.
No, right?
Hey, you pronounced it perfectly. That's a great Spanish pronunciation.
Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Oh, there you go. No wonder.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, really, the only questions I got, I'm simple. I ask questions off the wall that don't nobody ask. Like, I'm gonna ask you something right now. What's your favorite color?
My favorite. I don't even know if I have a favorite color, but I mean, as a kid, I would always say blue.
Okay.
My favorite soccer team is blue and yellow, so I would say blue. But at this point, at 44 years old, I really don't even have a favorite color.
Okay. When you were in the locker room getting ready for a game, when you was getting ready to strap that helmet on, what type of music did you listen to?
I'm not a music guy. It's crazy. I'm not. My kids listen to music, and I always tell them to turn it off.
No.
And
so
their
turn
style
down
of music,
that noise.
and their style of music is a lot different than mine. I wasn't a music guy. I just try to get my mind as focused as possible. So I never had headsets. Never.
Okay. Right. All right. Well, that's cool then. I mean,
hey, kickers are known to be different, man.
Dang.
Like I said before, we appreciate you so much coming on the show, and we will get you out of here because you have an early morning with a 2-hour segment that hopefully you will allow us to call in on. But I gotta have one final question for you. What is your most memorable moment playing in the NFL, and tell us about that experience?
Well, how can I not say the Super Bowl? I mean, that was by far. And like I always say, the Super Bowl was amazing, but the whole journey of that year, we had an awesome group of guys. Tony Dungy kind of built that team with good character guys. Derek Brooks was a phenomenal guy. We had Warren Sapp, John Lynch. Now he's a general manager of the 49ers. So you see a lot of these guys, Rondé Barber, Mike Allstott. So you see all these guys that are very good quality guys, but also excellent football players. So, and then we get Gruden in, who helps the offense a little bit because we were always known to have great defense, and we just couldn't score a lot of points. Gruden comes in, kickstarts that offense a little bit, and that whole year was just amazing. We just had a lot of fun. I mean, I got along great with Tom Tupa, our punter, Ryan Benjamin, our long snapper, snapped for my brothers at USF at college. So I was a good friend of him. He came in week 6 because our other snapper got hurt. So we had a really good relationship there. The special teams coach, Rick Bisaccia, was his first year. So we were able to kind of maneuver him and do whatever we wanted. So it was really nice, and he picked on the rookie long snapper. So for the first time, I actually felt like a veteran. Before that, I was a young guy doing everything. So, but then when you get to the Super Bowl and to be able to dominate the way our team did, with that defensive dominance, and that's definitely a day that I'll never forget. That was definitely an amazing experience, and it's something that keeps you connected to those teammates forever, because we always have that, the 10-year reunion. Then you have Warren Sapp went to the Hall of Fame, and Derek Brooks go to the so they always get us back, and then we see guys that we hadn't seen in 5-10 years, and it just feels like it was yesterday. Like, when you don't see a teammate for 10 years, you see him, and it's like we start talking like we were talking yesterday. It's crazy how that feels, but it's really nice. We're just a little bit older, a little less hair or more gray. Other than that, the same conversations.
I heard that.
Amazing. Like I said before, thank you so much, Martin Gramatica, for joining us on the second episode of the Tom Gronkowski Show. I hope to be hearing from you soon, because you've been such an inspiration to all of us, and you enjoy the rest of your night. And good luck tomorrow. And let us know if you need any of us to call in for the show. Because
I will text you guys the number. You feel free to call anytime, and then we can talk a little football. But
okay, can you give us a little bit of intake of where we could find your show, and when do you go live? What times to
absolutely. It airs nationally on TV. It's called Z Living. It's a channel, and then there's the app, WTMP AM 1150 here in Tampa. That's a radio. So it initially started as a radio show. Now it's a TV show. So I've been having a lot of fun. But people can find it on my Instagram, Martin Gramatica 7, and I always post stuff there and promote there who we're having on and stuff. So yeah, Martin Gramatica 7 would be the best way to find all the apps and all that. So it's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed it, and anytime you guys need me, and I'm honored to be at least second show. So
our very first guest on this.
It's only gonna get better for you guys. You start with a kicker, and then you build up to like a Hall of Famer. So that's good.
Yes.
You got to start slow. You got to build up.
Right. Thank you so much, Martin. You've been such a pleasure. Coach Jay, do you have any finishing questions for Martin before we get him out of here?
I mean, I do got like two little ones. Okay.
Okay, quick.
I'm not.
All right, real quick.
With some energy. I'm not tired, so I am.
Yay!
Here we go. Here go the first one. Do you like that creamsicle jersey?
I do, because I didn't get to play with it. Because I came a year after. I'm not that old, so
okay.
I wish I could have. When they did the throwbacks, I was hoping we get to play in it. So I never got to play in it. So I really do like it. It stands out. It's unique.
Okay. And Trent Gilford.
Yes. What's the question? Do I like him or not like him?
Tell me about Trent Gilford.
He was a quarterback my rookie year. Okay. And then things weren't going great. And then Sean King stepped in. So I didn't get to know Trent. Yeah, I didn't really get to know Trent. He's a super guy in the locker room. He was always, as a rookie, he treated me with a ton of respect and helped me. He actually welcomed me into the locker room as well. You know how they I guess the guys weren't used to my celebration. I was known for my celebration, but that's just the way I love to play football. I love to kick.
Yeah.
So
the
first time I did it, he gave me some nickname. I can't remember even what it was, but he really enjoyed it, and so it was nice to be a rookie kicker, and the starting quarterback's like at least knows your name, so that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Can you let us let us know a little bit about your celebratory dance, or what you would do?
Yeah.
What was your ritual when you made come on, winning the Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure you were dancing all over the field, maybe.
Well, I grew up playing soccer, so that was my sport. So for me, kicking a field goal or an extra point was like scoring a goal. So you got to celebrate goal, right? So I would just run around, and it was never scripted. So I couldn't even tell you what I did. A lot of times I would go back and watch film, and I'm like, man, I can't believe I did that. I look so silly. But at the time, that was just the way I felt. That's what I was doing, But a lot of guys knew that, as soon as I kicked, I would turn around, and then they would just kind of huddle and kind of. I think they were trying to tackle me so I wouldn't jump around too much. But it was nice. I was told that it fired the fans up and it fired people up, but that's not what I was doing. I love scoring points. That's my job.
Absolutely. Okay, I got one more question for you. I'm sorry to be taking up so much of your time, but we absolutely love your energy on this show. So the MLS had a tournament in the bubble, and I live in Orlando. And I covered the Orlando City Lions for a few seasons, and they had a really rough season. They weren't making it to the playoffs. They weren't making any comebacks. What was your take on Louis Nani bringing the Orlando City Lions to the MLS Finals in the Orlando bubble. What was your reaction to that?
No, I thought the MLS did an amazing job with the whole setup of the tournament, which was kind of like a World Cup format. You know, you had the group play and then you had the single elimination. Because Orlando City, and I've gone to a few games, you know, living in Tampa, I love the atmosphere. The stadium feels like a European stadium. And, you know, the fans, they're tailgating, they're on the streets walking around. So the atmosphere, it's great. You know, the fans really follow the team. So it's nice to at least have a competitive team now, because in the years past, you know, you go to the game and you expect Orlando to lose. And I would go to the game when my friends would play on other teams. You know, I had a friend in FC Dallas. I went there, then Atlanta United, and then the Galaxy. So I would go see my friends, but also watch the game. And Orlando rarely competed with those teams. And now you get to the finals, you had a really good chance to win. I mean, it was 2-1 game, but you lost to a team that's been probably the most consistent team the last 5-6 years. So I think Orlando City has a great team now, or a good enough team to compete. So, and you need it because the fans deserve it. You know, they're so loyal there that it's time to put a competitive team on the field. So, yeah, we go to Orlando quite a bit, especially with my youth soccer teams. We go to Wide World Sports.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So we play in the same and that's the cool thing. You know, my kids were watching that. They're like, "Oh, I played on that field," because those are the same fields that we play on. So
yes.
So it was So I thought the MLS did a phenomenal job, and we got to see more soccer than ever. You know, because it was on pretty much every night. And so I think it was really good for the MLS to grow that with all the other sports not started yet, and the MLS was pretty much the first one to do it. I think it was a great move to get the word out and get more fans watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was a great thing. It was a great tournament to watch, and Vamos Orlando is what I'm going to say, because they did a phenomenal job, and getting to the finals is something that no one would have predicted, but I am extremely proud of Orlando City. Martin Gramatica, thank you again for joining on the show. Do you have any final thoughts before we get you out of here on the Tom Gronkoski Show?
No, great, very nice name. I like the Tom Gronkoski name of the show. I wish you guys all the best. I wish you guys all the best, and I really enjoyed it. So you guys made a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it.
Thank you so much, Martin. You enjoy the rest of the evening, and we hope to be hearing from you soon.
Sounds good, guys.
Like tomorrow.
I'm gonna text you guys now.
Go ahead and send it in the group chat, guys. We will get
Are you guys on that group chat? That's the three of us, right?
Yes.
All right, I will text you guys the number.
I'm the 407 number.
All right,
I'm the 863.
863 and 4. I'm writing it down right now so I remember, and 407. All right, perfect. I will text you guys the call-in number. You can call anytime, or we can set something up more formal, and then we'll talk sports.
Absolutely.
That's fine too.
Thank you so much, Martin, Super Bowl champion. Thank you so much for joining us on the second episode of the Tom Gronkoski Show. You enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.
All right, guys. Nice talking to you guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Jay, we killed that. That was that felt great.
Still got goosebumps.
That felt great. We are going to go ahead and take another commercial break before we wrap up the ending segment of the Tom Gronkoski Show. Right after, we'll be having X and O's with Coach Jay, and then the final thought, the moment of truth for the ending of the show. Thank you again so much for joining us on all live platforms, on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're at. We really enjoy you. Thank you for streaming with us. And we are going to go ahead and take things to commercial for the Evil Empire, the takeover for the Yankee podcast. Make sure you guys are checking Sim out. Go ahead and take it away, Ron. All right, make sure you are tuning in to Sfbn Rhode Island or sfbnri.com. If you guys do not catch our live stream, you will be able to hop on that website and catch all the 8 other beautiful podcasts that we have on this network. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the show with Jay's X's and O. I gotta know, buddy, what do you got set up for us today?
So this is what I got cooking. All right. So last week we was talking about how they gonna tweak the system a little bit for Cam Newton because he's not the regular type of quarterback. Like I said, they're gonna tweak it because they're gonna put a little bit of option in there for him. So when we come back on Coach J's X's and O's today, I'm gonna show you about having the benefits of having an option quarterback. So y'all get ready and stay tuned. Here we go.
Jay, go ahead and take it away.
Did you want me to just jump right into it?
Hop right into it, buddy.
I thought we was gonna put it. All right, then here we go.
There you go. Your banner's up there. Let's rock it.
I need my banner. Get it close. All right. Here's the thing about having a option quarterback. Okay. Mostly when you got an option quarterback, all your plays are set up to leave this one guy here on the edge alone by himself. That's what we're going to do. If I was going to run just a regular trap play, if I was going to trap this guy right here, so we're going to let him take him. He's going to go up to that backer. He's going to go over here. We're going to let this guy come up field and think he's going to make the play, and he's going to get blasted right here. Now, usually in the backside, people want to block the end, but I don't like to waste players. I think that's a waste. I'm just going to tell him to go up here and just get this other backer right here. Now the option part comes in. This running back, he's going to get the ball, or it's depending on this end. If this end goes down the line, like most defensive ends are mostly taught, go down the line when you get down blocked on, then he's going to go down the line. If he does keep going down the line, we're just going to tell the quarterback, hey, pull it, and boom, off to the races, gone. And nobody's going to get him. That is the benefit of having an option quarterback. I come back again. Let's see. I can do any play, and I'm just going to leave the guy open on purpose until he stops, because then I got him guessing. They come, boom, boom. We got it right here, here. Backer right here. Now, this right here is just a regular zone. So everybody going to zone left. He's going to take him. He's going to take him. They're going to chip right here. Then he's going to come right here. Now we're going to leave this guy open again. If he runs down the line like he's supposed to, because naturally I'm supposed to give this ball to this running back. But if he keeps running down the line, we're just going to take it and just go off to the races, which means now that they got to keep guessing now. And that is the benefits of having an option quarterback. Keeps the defense on their toes. Keep them on their toes, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Ruth. Are we on?
Yes, and I'm so sorry about that. I had my mic muted. But Coach State, thank you so much for that example. Now, when you say option quarterback, we're talking about Tom Brady, right? And what he's got mixed up going on with Rob Gronkowski.
Okay. Now, when it comes to Tom Brady, their options comes in the passing wise. They have so many option routes just based on the defense that they see. So based on how far he's standing away or how close he is, that's their option route. You have an option route to do a slant. You got an option route to do a go. You even got an option right to do a curl. They even did like a hook and ladder one time. Well, it was a button hook. He comes up, he's gonna roll over, and then he's gonna bust out to the outside and just keep going straight. They have option routes based on. So Tom Brady, he don't need to be no option quarterback because he like to stay in that pocket. You got a guy that's gonna be back there that's gonna be a burner and run. They got to figure it out about an option quarterback like that. Tom Brady, his options are those option routes that they choose. You can't sit there and be in a straight defense and be like, oh, well, this receiver right here, Rob Gronkowski, is going to run this route during this play or this formation. No, you don't know, because it could be based on how he's standing, how the person is lined up on him, however they see it. And I guarantee it, because I saw a little bit of time when they was at the scrimmage and when they be doing like training camp, he's like they'll be showing him, telling him their routes there, like Bruce Arians will be telling them like their playbook and all that. And he'll tell them like, okay, cool. let's shorten that a yard or two right there. He's telling them like, hey, this route right here, they can't stop it. He was out having fun throwing the ball around, telling them they can't stop this route. They can't stop this route. Nobody will. That's my thoughts on that.
No, excellent. I hear where you're coming from. And I love the strategy coming from Coach Jay and his segment with X's and O's. I hope people are writing down these notes because Coach Jay is very informational and has knowledge when it comes to running play routes. And we're hoping that Bruce Arians takes some of this, some of these options for their upcoming season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I got some stuff on defense too.
Right, you are
defense and offense. Defense and offense.
You like to coach the big players, and we definitely commend you from that because the defensive side of the ball is just as important or even more important for the National Football League. All right, thank you again so much, everyone, for joining us on whatever platform that you are watching us live. We do appreciate you joining us for the second episode of the Tom Gronkoski Show on the Sfbnri.com. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this segment with the moment of truth. You ready?
Uh-oh.
The moment
of truth. Here we go. All right, guys. So, Jacksonville Jaguars have released Leonard Fournette earlier today. Now, he has been a running back for that team for a couple of seasons now, and some may say that he has been on a slow decline ever since he has been with the Jags for the past couple seasons. Now, there's been rumors going around that Leonard Fournette is deciding to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to join Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski in the South. Now, the moment of truth is, will he officially sign with the team, and will it make an impact on the running side of the ball since there has been a few injuries for the Tampa Bay Bucks with their running game? So that is my moment of truth here. Ron, would you like to add any final comments?
No, I'm good. Nice job.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on our second.
Wait. And Martin liked the name.
I know. I told him it was you, too.
Just saying. All right, guys. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Ron.
Yes,
Thank you so much, everyone who is joining us on the Tom Gronkowski Show from the Beantown to the Bay. You guys enjoy your night. This is Root the Truth, along with my lovely co-host, Coach Jay. Would you have any final thoughts before we close out the show tonight?
Like we said, heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Legends never die. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. Football is going to be here in like 11. What's today's date? First game is kickoff on Thursday, the 10th, I believe. With I can almost taste it. I'm so excited. Thank you, everyone, again for joining us on the second episode of the Tom Gronkowski Show. If you did not catch the live stream, go ahead and go on to Sfbnri.com to catch all 8 of our lovely podcasts. Make sure to be checking out Play Like a Girl as well. That's filming, I believe, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. If I'm mistaken, I am so sorry, ladies. But yes, go check out our podcast. And thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your night.
We'll see you next week. Swear to God.